welcome into this week's edition of the MurrayAthletics.com Coaches Show. I'm Jacob Pumphrey, and joining me this week is the head men's and women's cross country coach, Coach Tim Servis. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And since the last show that we've had, your team had the opportunity to compete in the Great American Conference Championship meet. The women pulled away with a second place finish, and the men finished third overall. Kind of recap both teams' performances in Monticello, and now what is about 2 weeks ago.
Well, they finished in the same placement as what they finished last year. Actually, for the last 3 years or 3 seasons, the women had finished second, first runner-up, and the men had finished third. We're trying to claw our way to the top, and there's the teams at the top are very, very strong. We're getting closer, so we're doing better every year. These are the best programs we've had since I've been coaching. And so I feel like we're making a lot of improvement. Our times are better. It's just, when you're looking at some of the best teams in the nation, Harding women were in the top 25 at ECU, men were in the top 25. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to get to that very top level, but although we're placed in the same, we're getting closer. And I believe as long as we maintain our placement and improve every year, we'll eventually make our way up there.
You had the opportunity to compete in the Southern Stampede earlier in the season, what seems like almost years ago. Now that we're deep into the last part of the season, what are you expecting this week or Saturday when you compete at the GSC Regional Championship meets in Joplin, Missouri, hosted by Missouri Southern State University?
Well, getting the opportunity to see the course, and we actually run there every year because it's a really nice course, and Joplin's a nice town, a little bit cooler up there. So we know exactly what the course is going to look like. It's rolling hills, which we're used to because we go out to the localized state park just outside of town, and we do that a few times a week, and we run the rolling hills out there, which are very similar to Joplin. So we've been training all year for this meet, and we know exactly what it's going to be like when we get in. Also, a few years back, 2012, our guys and girls ran regional at the same course, same time of year. So that kind of helps me predict, how this team can do and predict historically the times that will be coming out of this race. So there's a lot of times when you're running cross country, there's a lot of unknown, especially if you haven't seen the course or haven't seen the competition. But in this case, now that we've been in this region for a few years, and now that we've seen our competition, and we ran on this course, and we ran the particular distance, the 10K and the 6K on this course, we are a lot more confident because we know what we're going into, we know what our competition is capable of doing, and we know where we should be at. So there shouldn't be too many surprises, and that's a lot more comforting for a runner to know exactly what they're capable of doing and know where their placement is and understand their surroundings.
We're near the end of the 2015 championship seasons. Talk a little bit about maybe a runner for the men and the women that you may have seen that have made some very good strides this year, that have stepped it up and really impressed you, and you see a bright future for them moving ahead into next year.
Oh, wow. Basically our full teams. On the women's side, we are losing one of our very best, Virginia Nye, and so it's going to be sad to see her go, but she's had a great career with us, a great cross-country career, and she still has one track season left, so we are looking forward to that too. But the people who I really see stepping up in the future and that have made huge improvements this year, Claudia Charles, she improved by, I believe, around 4 minutes this year. She ran in 1936 at the conference championship, which is an amazing improvement. She ran our 5th girl, so she did quite well, and I really think that she's going to have more improvements in the future. Taylin Billings did outstanding. She just barely missed all conference. She ran an 18:58. She was recruited out of high school. Her 5K was 20:30, so she improved quite a bit under us too. And she's a very hard worker, and she's only a freshman, so I expect to see a lot of improvement out of her. And Abby Foreman, she's just outstanding runner. She's improved minutes over the last year, and she's only a sophomore too, so I really think that she's going to make some strides. And of course, we have some great freshmen like Jada Friggs, who was running solid all year and made some real improvement. Pretty much our whole team, our whole women's team has improved tremendously. And with the guys, I've seen a lot of improvement too. And we are returning our all of our top 7, all of our varsity runners for next year. Chris Wallace has done outstanding. He broke the 25 mark at Euler this year, which was just amazing. Doug Palmer, this was the first year for us, but he was a transfer student from California, and he's won some, or he has placed first for us in some races and was all conference first team. He's returning. He's outstanding, hard worker. Lane Alexander, freshman from Mountain Home, is just a phenomenal freshman. He almost got freshman of the year this year, just barely missed it, and his future is so bright with us. I see a lot of good things out of him. And Elijah Reading improved, probably the most improved guy this year. He improved by minutes this year, and he was a solid runner for us and a solid varsity runner. And he's only a sophomore right now. There's just so many of them. Jose Guevara made all conference this year, and he improved his PR to 25:30. I could just list outstanding accomplishments from all the runners. It was just an amazing year with amazing improvements, a lot of hard work on the girls and guys side, and I couldn't be happier.
So the future is very bright for both the men's and women's Lady Mule Rider cross country teams. And Coach, before I let you go, I got a personal question I got to ask you. This Saturday morning, before you guys compete and before football takes the field, I'm going to compete in my first 5K. It's to raise awareness for pancreatic cancer and to raise money for a scholarship fund for a high school coach of mine that had passed away this summer due to pancreatic cancer. So do you have any tips for me? It's the first 5K, what I need to do?
Oh, well, the first and most important thing is just don't die.
Gotcha. That's the goal.
That's the goal. Stay alive. No, really, first 5K, fun run for a great cause. Go out there with a great attitude and go out there to know you're doing this for something that's real important. And if you have to walk at times, so be it. Many people do. I think the most important thing, though, that for a beginner, make sure you hydrate, because although it's only 3.1 miles, even when it's cold outside, a lot of people forget, and usually when it's cold out, they forget to hydrate, and that kind of mileage can really take a lot of fluids out of your body, and so you definitely want to go into the race feeling very hydrated, because I'd say one of the main things that happen to distance runners, unfortunately, is dehydration. I've seen a lot of it, even from the best distance runners. They forget to hydrate the night before or that week. So make sure you have plenty of fluids. Wear good running shoes. If you don't, you're probably going to end up with blisters and hurt feet. But the main thing for a fun run is to have fun. Go out there and enjoy what you're doing, and know that you're with a strong group of people and pretty much donating money for a great cause.
I sure will, Coach. I'll definitely take those tips to heart. Thank you very much.
The
Lady Mule Riders and Mule Riders will compete this Saturday in Joplin, Missouri at the Central Region Championship meet. Be sure to check out MuleRiderAthletics.com for all post-meet recaps and other news regarding both the men's and women's cross-country teams. Coach, thank you. Best of luck this weekend.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.